What's happening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Unsportsmanlike Conduct. I'm your boy Christian Stoynev, and today is Friday. We're back on Fridays, and we got to talk about that Thursday night football game. Oh my God, what a trash game that was. We possibly have two of the bottom five worst teams in the league. I think they showed that last night. I'm being a little sarcastic with Washington here, but maybe I'm not, because the way this game played out, it just looked like the goal was to lose, not to win. Like, if they were attempting to lose the game, they were probably doing a better job of that than the ultimate goal, which is to win the game. I mean, we'll take a look at the highlights, go through everything, and then I'll recap it after. Let's look at the pictures. Let's look at the highlights first and see how it all played out in Washington. All right, so we pick it up with Daniel Jones taking this handoff straight to the house and putting the Giants on top, 7-0. Daniel Jones, it just looks like this kid will never become what they wanted him to. But Saquon Barkley has, and he's coming back from that injury and looked good here in the first quarter with that 41-yard carry. The Giants got off to a good start, but here comes Washington. All right, the touchdown there to Terry McLaurin. Ties the game up at 7. Now, Daniel Jones, look at this. Remember a couple years ago, he had this long-ass run, and then he tripped all over himself? This time he didn't trip all over himself, but guess what? The Giants did. They tripped all over themselves. They shit their pants here with this holding penalty, which, come on, man, you got to do better. This one was pretty obvious. Good call by the ref. Brings this run back, and they had to settle for a field goal. That's the Giants, it seems like, for you this season. Here comes Washington. All right, they go up 14-10. The Giants had another field goal, and then for all the shit talking of Daniel Jones, he does make a beautiful pass right here. Touchdown, G-man. All right, after they traded field goals, look at this. This was the player of the game because it was a drop. And that drop right there might have dropped the whole season for the Giants. I mean, you can make the case that Daniel Jones overthrew him a tiny bit, but you got to make this catch. You got to dive if you have to. That's a clear touchdown. Washington just shitting the bed there on defense, not having anyone covering him. And then Taylor Heineken man over here comes through, gets that beautiful ball to his running back, and then the very next play, they did this in 2 plays. 2 plays it took them to drive down the field and get this touchdown. I mean, that's a ballsy throw right there, just to throw it up. Trust your receiver. He goes up. He makes the catch. All right, Washington in business. Now they're up by 1, 27-26. Time to seal the game, right? Ron Rivera, what are you calling? It's 2nd and 7. You have the ball, your own territory. Your defense has been doing all right. Instead, they throw the pick. Giants add on a field goal. But then Heineken, man, comes through. Heineken should really sponsor him because, he must have been drinking some Heinekens with these throws that he was making, because he was zipping them. He was ballsy. He was going for it. Sets up this game-winning field goal. Oh, no, it's a miss. Wide right. But wait, it's the Giants. They're going to shit all over themselves again, and they do. There was a defensive offsides call. Even the kicker had left the field all crying in tears, disappointed that he missed it, and then gets this second chance because over here this dude decided to jump off sides, gives them 5 more yards, gives them another chance. Yeah, that's the face. You just know it's over. So second chance, a charm, right? It looked like he might have missed it again, but he gets it. Washington wins this game 30-29. All right, so many things to go through in this game. My God, watching this game live was really difficult. Just feeling like condolences for these fans of the Giants and the Washington football team. I feel like the way the Washington team played was more offensive, or would be more offensive to me than the name that they had, because that was just atrocious. I mean, oh my God, these teams were just trying to give the game away. Washington on 2nd and 7. I mean, the clock's in your favor. Sure, the Giants have some timeouts, but it's 2nd and 7. It's not like you lost 5 yards on first down and you're trying to make them back. Ron Rivera calls a pass. Don't forget, I mean, you got your backup quarterback in. I'm not blaming him whatsoever. He played great. And you put him in this situation on 2nd and 7 to make a pass. Why are you giving the Giants any kind of life? Your defense has been holding them, all right, and then you do that. So, I mean, in a way, sure, you want to be aggressive, But I don't think that's the play there, to be aggressive. Run the ball, see if you can get to within 3rd and 2 or something like that and make it happen. But that's what they decided to do. So, yeah, man, that could have cost them the game. It pretty much did there for a minute. If it wasn't for the Giants then on the other hand deciding to just give the game right back. So, yeah, that 2nd and 7 interception leads to the Giants. And they trashed everything there. They had some penalties, backed them up. They ended up having to settle for a 55-yard field goal, which the kicker made. He made it pretty easily, too, so credit to the kicker there. Gave the Giants the lead. Now it's the Giants, turn to just hold Washington. I mean, they don't do a good job of that. Washington has to settle for a 48-yard field goal. The dude misses it. The game is over, and your dude was offsides. I mean, I don't know what you do in those situations, but man, the whole team is probably just looking at this dude like, you just cost us the game. Gives the Washington team 5 more yards. Now it's a 43-yard field goal. Of course, the dude's going to make it. And Washington wins the game. That's just a heartbreaking loss right there. Daniel Jones, he's definitely just limited. He's not going to be anything. He's just a placeholder right now for the Giants at quarterback. I think he's enough to get them to the playoffs if like their other guys played well. But he's not going to win you a Super Bowl. He's got too many flaws. I mean, they were running him pretty much more than they were running Saquon. So I don't know if that says more about their players or if it says more about the coaching staff there. But just a mess, man. Just a mess. And I actually had some hopes for the Giants. I thought with the defense being better, and the offense getting Saquon Barkley back this year, I thought they could make some noise in that NFC East. But really, it looks like they're going to be probably the worst team in that division. And I mean, they might be able to turn it around, but it just doesn't look like it. Kenny Galladay's on the sideline yelling at Daniel Jones. First of all, Kenny Galladay, you should just sit down, bro. You had 2 drops in this game, and you have been paid a fat contract, making $72 million over the 4-year deal, and you're out there with like 5 catches and 2 drops. I mean, Sterling Shepard is off to a way better start than he is this season. So Kenny Galladay, you need to quit that. You're not you're not freaking DeAndre Hopkins or any of these top wideouts to even be whispering in Daniel Jones' ear. So that's just is a mess. I don't know. The Giants it looks like their season's just, that drop, if you watch the game, that drop really is what changed the whole momentum. The Giants were driving. That would have put them up by over 10 points, and that drop was a killer. And then from there, the game just shifted. But I mean, Washington gets the win, but if I'm a Washington fan, I don't feel great about it either. I mean, that was just, you got lucky. I mean, you got lucky that the penalty happened. You got lucky that the Giants gave you this game in every which way. And, I mean, you try to give the game right back too. So, all right, we'll wrap this Thursday night, just horrible game that we had. I mean, it was a good game as far as entertainment goes, but horrible teams. I doubt we'll be seeing these teams later in the season in any kind of primetime game. So there you go. You get the week 2 Thursday night football game, Giants and Washington football team. Good for you guys. Hopefully y'all enjoyed watching your teams nationally, but I think that's about it. All right, we'll move on to our game picks because it's Friday. The weekend's coming up. I'm pumped. I hope you guys are too. Little recap last week. Let's see how we did. I went 8-7, so that wasn't too bad. I mean, as long as it's 500, I guess, make your money back. But yeah, so we'll see how we do this week. I'll start off with the Saints-Panthers matchup. It's in Carolina. The Panthers got the win last week against the Jets. Not by a lot, so I'm not very high on the Panthers. The Saints destroyed the Packers, so they're riding high on a lot of momentum, and they're 3.5-point favorites. I'm taking the Saints to win this game. A lot of people are kind of shifting, saying, the Panthers will win this game. And, like I watched Colin Cowherd this morning and saying that he's got the Panthers to win this. I disagree. I think the Saints, I don't think they're that much better than the Packers or anything like that. I think it was more about the Packers just not being ready for that game. But I think the Saints have a good team. And I think the Panthers didn't have a great showing against the Jets, who have a rookie quarterback, have injuries. And they were missing 2 wide receivers. The Jets were, that are coming back this week. So, yeah, I like the Saints. The line is 3.5, and even still, I'm going to take the Saints. I think they're at least a 6-point winner, maybe a touchdown winner here, and we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Obviously, I'd feel a lot better if the line was 3, but 3.5, still, give me the Saints, riding with them. The Bengals and the Bears. So this is the thing, guys. Bear fans, if you're watching this, before you get mad at me, don't worry. I'm not being a Vikings fan here, okay? This isn't where this is coming from, and you'll see why later when I get to the Vikings game. But Bengals, Bears, I circled the Bears, all right? So I had them circled first. But then I was like, I'm picking way too many favorites this week. I need to throw in some underdogs. So I changed my picks on 2 games. I'll tell you which one the other one was. This was one of them. Obviously, I watched the Bengals beat my Vikings last week. I like what I saw about out of their offense. Joe Burrow looked great. No lingering issues from that knee injury. And the Bears look confused. I mean, on defense, they didn't look good. Their offense, I thought Andy Dalton wasn't actually terrible. I thought he played pretty solid, but this Justin Fields pressure, I think, just confuses everyone. And it's just making it, it's like half-ass commitment. So I had the Bears first. They are 2.5-point favorites. I didn't have the spread. I just had the Bears to win. I'm switching it. This is an upset. I'm taking the Bengals to upset the Bears in their home opener. And Bear fans, don't be mad. This might be a blessing in disguise, because if this happens, then maybe you get to see your boy Justin Fields start in week 3. I'm just saying. But I'm switching over. Give me the Bengals to win this. I'm taking the underdog. So, Bengals, and I'm taking them, obviously, with the spread, but because they're underdogs. But give me the Bengals to win this game. All right, Texans, Browns. Won't spend too much time talking about this. Browns definitely should win this game. I will pick the Browns. However, I will not pick the Browns by 13 points. That's way too high. OBJ's not playing. The Texans destroyed the Jaguars last week. I know it's the Jaguars, but, they showed that they do have some veterans who can play. Tyrod Taylor is a solid quarterback. Remember, last year he only got benched because they punctured his lung. So, give me the Texans on the spread, but the Browns are going to win this game. Rams, Colts, like what I saw from the Rams, and I even thought that they weren't going full on. It looked like they were just hanging around with the Bears, and once the Bears would get a little close, then they would step on the gas. And I didn't like what I saw out of the Colts. They played Seattle, which Seattle is a good team, but I'm not as high on Seattle, and I thought the Colts would be better, and I thought their defense would be better. And so with the Rams having that high-powered offense, I think they'll be prepared. I think the Colts are going to start to freak out a little if they go 0-2. So give me the Rams, and give me the Rams minus 3.5. Obviously, same thing. I'd feel a lot better if it was, 3, but I think they could still cover 3.5. So give me the Rams to win this game. Broncos, Jaguars. I think it might be a close game, and the line's right now Broncos by 6, and I think that's exactly what it's going to be at. I could see this being like a 30-24 game or something like that. I like what I saw out of the Broncos. I think they're balanced. I think they have a good defense. And offensively, I think Teddy Bridgewater's got some weapons, and he's a pretty good quarterback. Give me the Broncos to win this game. And the line's 6. Give me them to cover. I think they'll cover. So I think the Giants are a better team than the Jaguars. Not by much. And the Broncos beat them pretty handily last week. So give me the Broncos to win, and give me them to win by the spread. All right, Bills, Dolphins. This is the other game that I switched on. Of course, Buffalo's going to win in Miami, right? I mean, Miami got lucky. New England fumbled, and it should have been a loss. Not so fast. Not so fast. I don't like what I saw out of Buffalo last week. Their offense didn't look like the high-powered offense that they are. Obviously, they played the Steelers, which is a great defense. But, hey, the Dolphins' defense isn't terrible either. I think they got a pretty solid defense there as well. So I'm switching it. I circled the Bills. I had them to win this game. Nah, give me the Dolphins. I got the Dolphins to win this game. This is an upset. Bills are going to be in panic mode after this. They're going to be 0-2. Oh my God, is Josh Allen still the answer? What's going on? Is their defense still good enough? I think the Dolphins will win this game. They're at home. It's their home opener. And so, give me the Dolphins plus 3 for sure, since I'm taking them to win this game. Patriots, Jets. I mean, I'm taking Bill Belichick. So he's known to be great against rookie quarterbacks. The Jets are starting a rookie quarterback in Zach Wilson. Obviously, it's his first year. And they're missing their left tackle. They are getting 2 wide receivers back, but the Patriots defense is just too good. Give me the Patriots to win this game. They're favored by 6. I'll take that as well. So I think New England wins this by possibly 10 points or so. And we'll see. Wouldn't it be something, though, if Zach Wilson shows up Bill Belichick and the Jets somehow manage to win this? Not going to happen. All right. Patriots to win that one. 49ers, Eagles. People are high on the Eagles. I am not. I think the Falcons laid an egg at home last week. I think the Eagles have some pieces, but if they are a good team this year, it's all due to the new head coach, Nick Sirianni. So, I mean, I think he could be a good coach, but I don't think he's like a Hall of Fame coach all of a sudden and not this fast. So I'm going to take the 49ers to win. Yeah, they're banged up a little bit, but taking them to win. I'll take them with the spread. The line is 3. They're favored by 3. So, yeah, it's at least, I think, a 49ers win by a field goal for sure. So, 49ers to win. Raiders, Steelers, give me the Steelers. I know the Raiders are, pumped up from the win last week against Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. But remember, they pretty much tried to give that game away too. They had that interception. They weren't playing great in the beginning. Lamar had 2 fumbles. I think that's going to be a point of emphasis for Lamar in his game. But the Raiders in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's coming off that big win against Buffalo. They're at home. The Steelers' defense, I think, is way better than Baltimore's defense. I don't think the Raiders' offense will have as much success. Plus, Josh Jacobs is out. So if you're a fantasy owner, Josh Jacobs is out this weekend. So give me the Steelers and give me the Steelers -6. I'm taking another favorite right there with the spread. Bear fans, I'm coming back to you because this is what I'm telling you. I'm not biased. I'm a realist. Cardinals are favored by 3.5. I think the Cardinals are going to win this game. Everything just lines up. Obviously, I'm hoping the Vikings win the game. And call me biased if I think it'll be a field goal game because I feel like the Vikings just managed to stay in games and then give it up somehow at the end. But the Cardinals, Chandler Jones had 5 sacks last week. The Vikings' biggest weakness is their offensive line. I think the Cardinals are going to be all over them. I think the Vikings' offense is great, but so is the Cardinals' offense. That defense that the Vikings rebuilt this offseason played Joe Burrow and the Bengals last week, and I didn't think they were as great as we expect them to be as Vikings fans. So they got to show me something before I give that defense credit. They got all the names, and on paper, they got a great defense, but you got to prove it. So until they do that, I'm not giving the Vikings defense. I'm not saying that they're a great defense yet. They got to prove it. This is a good chance to prove it, but obviously I'm going off of what I saw last week. They lost to the Bengals, and now they're playing the Cardinals? Yeah, Cardinals are winning this game. 3.5 to me is right where the line should be, which makes it difficult. Call me biased there. If I'm betting, I'll bet the Vikings +3 because I'm a little bit biased there. But I'm not biased when it comes to actually picking a winner. Cardinals. All right. Bucks, Falcons in Atlanta. Obviously, without a question, easiest pick, I think, of the week probably. Give me Tampa Bay. They've had 10 days to prepare since they played the early game last week. Give me Tampa Bay to win. However, the line's 12.5. That seems kind of high. Atlanta dropped an egg at home last week. I just don't know that this offense is as bad. I think they weren't prepared. I think a lot of teams came out not prepared. The Packers weren't prepared. Atlanta wasn't prepared. Tennessee was not prepared. Minnesota, I could say, was not prepared. So all these teams that weren't prepared, I think, that lost, this is the week where they get their shit together and at least play better. That doesn't mean they're going to win, but I think that means they'll play better. They'll be more focused. The Colts is another team that just played like ass. So I think the Falcons will play better, but they're playing the Super Bowl champs. So give me the Bucks to win, but I'll take the line. I'll take the spread. Atlanta +12.5. That's a high spread. All right, Titans, Seahawks. Just talked about how the Titans dropped an egg last week. So I do expect them to bounce back. Derrick Henry, I expect them to try to, pound the rock a little bit more with him and get that going. They're playing in a tough place. They're playing in Seattle. The line is 6.5. Seattle's favored by 6.5 at home. I'm taking Seattle to win the game. However, not by 6.5. I think, 6 is very realistic. So I could see this being a 31-27 game or something like that. Something closer, 30-24, whatever. 34-28. But I think it'll be high scoring, and I think the Titans will play better, but still end up losing. Give me Seattle to win this game, but not by 6.5. Cowboys, Chargers. This might be the game of the week. I'm very intrigued by this game. The Chargers are at home after their big win in Washington last week. Justin Herbert will probably have a field day against this Dallas secondary. However, Dak Prescott played phenomenal against the Tampa Bay secondary, and the Tampa Bay secondary is pretty damn good. So this I expect to be probably a shootout. unless they completely flip the script on us. But I think it'll be high scoring. The line is Chargers by 3.5. I think it's going to be really close. I am tempted. You know what? I picked too many favorites. Give me the Cowboys. I'm switching this one too. I had the Chargers circled. Scratch that. Give me the Cowboys. I got the Cowboys to win this game. I think the Cowboys will go on the road. They'll bounce back. They played pretty good against Brady and the champs. They were, set up to win the game. I think, this right here will be a bounce back game. And that stadium is going to be mostly Dallas fans. You know how the Cowboy fans travel. So there's another upset. I'm making up for my picks here because I've had too many favorites circled. So Cowboys are the other underdog that I'm picking. I was taking them with the spread anyway, but give me the Cowboys to win this game. All right, last two, Chiefs, Ravens in Baltimore. I think the Chiefs were another one of those teams that started slow and weren't really that prepared in the beginning. But, then Patrick Mahomes said it's time. And once he said it's time, it's time. So give me the Chiefs on the road in Baltimore. I love Lamar Jackson, but Baltimore's just banged up. It's their home opener, but I just don't see it. The line is 3.5. If it was, I think if it was 6, I'd be tempted to still pick Kansas City. So give me the Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs with the spread. I think they'll win by more than 3.5. Give me Kansas City. And the last game of the week is Monday Night Football. We got the Lions and the Packers. Obviously, Green Bay is winning this game. I think there's no doubt about that. If they don't win this game, this is the team that if they go 0-2, this is the team where that could just unravel, I think, the most right away. Because when you got a quarterback that seems to be 1 foot in, 1 foot out like Aaron Rodgers is, that I think just has a domino effect on the rest of the squad. Devontae Adams is trying to get paid. So if, they didn't score a touchdown last week. So I think that's huge. They didn't get a touchdown against the Saints. So if they don't get a touchdown against the Lions, I mean, they will. But I'm just saying, if things went really bad and, Devontae doesn't score, doesn't have a big game, and now they're 0-2, he's going to start thinking like, hey, I got to have a big year because I'm trying to get paid. And you know how that just starts unraveling. So I think the Packers will bounce back. I think they'll win this game. But I do think that, the most, we love drama. And the team with the most drama at stake, to me, after this weekend, would be the Green Bay Packers. Especially if they go 0-2 and dropping again to the Lions at home. So, yeah, give me the Packers to win. 11 is kind of high. But from all the high lines, this is the one I feel most comfortable with. But, high lines like that don't really happen as often in football. So I still think that the Lions could find a way to get a garbage time touchdown and make it like a 10-point game. I could see this being 27-17 or 30-20, something like that. So right now the line's at 11. Give me the Lions with the spread, but not to win. Green Bay's going to win. And they're going to win, and everything's going to be all right. And RELAX will happen in Green Bay. Relax. So Aaron Rodgers will bring them back. So, all right. Those are my picks for the weekend. Whew. I hope you guys are excited. I'm pumped up. At this point, my week just waits till Sunday. That's just everything I do. I wake up Wednesdays, and I'm like, all right, there's a game tomorrow. Once Thursdays are over, I wake up on Fridays, and I'm like, all right, 2 more sleeps, and we're at Sunday. So, at this point, 2 more sleeps, and we're at Sunday. All right, let's go. Week 2 coming up this weekend. You guys have an awesome weekend, and I will catch you guys on Tuesday to recap everything from week 2 and start looking ahead to next week's Thursday Night Football game. So, talk to you guys then. See you.